This is part 3, guys. I have 30 minutes on my phone. Ivan, you real so interesting. Yes, you better enjoy it series wise you can. Yeah, man. Even John Favreau and Dave Filoni will be shocked. Ivan, like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? John Favreau and Dave Filoni might ask me, Ivan, how much are you paying the actors? You know what I'm saying? They might ask me that. You know what I'm saying? Peter Jackson will know how much all the actors are making because he's going to be signing the contracts with me and VJ. He'll know how much all the stars are making, obviously. And Peter Jackson will be shocked. Holy shit, Ivan. You know what I'm saying? He's like, man, Ivan, you're very generous, man. You're giving all your stars a piece of your money, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I want you guys to share in my wealth. Always. I'm giving you a small, tiny little piece, as I'm still greedy. You know, as you're not getting more than that. As the amount of money they're making is pockets, you have me making. Don't hate me. You know what I'm saying? Even VJ like, Ivan, you're being a bit too generous, man. Like, don't give these actors like you're already. VJ like, Ivan, you're paying a voluntary $4 million. That's good enough. You don't have to give them a piece of the royalties, Ivan. I'm like, VJ, you're being greedy. No. Give them a piece of the royalties that way they work harder for you. I know what I'm doing, man. If you want these guys to if you want this to be the best movie ever made, don't hate me, Peter Jackson, I'm saying. Because I'll beat out Lord of the Rings by a margin. If you want this to be the best movie trilogy ever made, and you want these actors to pour their heart and soul into the character, give them a piece of the royalties. You see what I'm saying? Give them a piece of the royalties. Benjamin Cumberjack, if he's chosen, I'll give him a piece of royalties too. I'll give him a nice 0.03. He's worth about as much. He's worth like 30 million bucks. No, I'll give him 0.02, Benjamin Cumberbatch. And William Dafoe, I give him like 0.022 for the royalties. Pay them their 6 million salary and you give them 0.02, 0.03% of the royalties. And the actor for Fool is a B-list actor. I'll pay him like 1.5. The actor for Fool, I'll have him be a B-list actor. Pay him 1.5, give him 0.01. Yeah, I'm giving all my 15 actors a piece of the royalties. I am only doing this for Zayans. I know what I'm doing. That way you get better acting from your actors. Holy shit, Ivan, you're a genius. You know what you're doing. Yes, I know what I'm doing, man. If you pay the actors more money, they're going to work harder for you, man. Because they signed a massive deal. They're going to walk away with millions in the bank, man. You know what I'm saying? If you want Yvonne Joje, John Boyega, Don Cheadle, Djimon Hounsou, Idris Alba, Andy Serkis, John Boyega, I'm saying Danielle Minette, the actor for Eli Sears Cornelius, for Fool, Eratat, you know what I'm saying? The actor for Queen Sarah. If you want those actors to completely destroy the role, you have to pay them a lot of money. That way they completely destroy the role. You see what I'm saying? I know what I'm doing. That way they completely destroy the role. I know what I'm doing. You want them to completely destroy the role, you have to pay them a lot of money. That way they completely destroy the role. You see what I'm saying? That way they completely destroy the role. Yeah. Whereas the actors for Lithius and Berryman, they don't get squat. The actor for Lithius, Berryman, Elizabeth. The actor for Lithius and Berryman are not minor characters, but they're not major either. They're in between. They're pretty major. They have quite a bit of scenes, but they're not as major as the other. They don't contribute as much as the role compared to the other actors. And so the actors for Berryman and Lithius, I'll pay them like $680,000, and that's it. They don't get squat. If they want a piece of roses, my guys, I'm already giving like 15 of my stars a piece of roses. I'm not going to give you a piece of roses. That's it. I'm giving a lot of people for Zayn's a piece of the pie, man. That's why after Zayn's, I'm never doing that again. Zayn's is the only movie where I'm going to make the sacrifice. I'm going to give a good like, I'm giving a good like, I don't know, 21, 22 people a piece of the pie for my Zayn's movie. Something crazy. Like 22 people I'm giving a piece of the pie. But I'm giving them a tiny piece. That way you have balance, obviously. So to have balance, you have to give them a very, very tiny piece. That way you don't affect. It doesn't affect me and VJ's royalties. VJ, I don't mind going a bit over 1% for Zayn's. I don't mind. We're still gonna take home our 50%. We'll take home 59.8%. 59.8%. Like we're still taking our 6%. We're gonna go a bit over the what? I don't know, 0.2% over the 1%, which isn't that big of a deal. It's like $70 million in royalties. It's not that big of a deal for me, VJ. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I'm gonna tell the Zayn's actors, okay, guys, you guys are happy. You guys all signed. You guys are gonna be my stars. You guys are my cast. Obviously, you sign your massive contracts. Don't go bragging to each other how much I'm paying you. Otherwise, some of you guys can resent each other. Some people might get angry. And don't tell, if you go to the events in Hollywood, don't tell any of the actors how much I'm paying you. As these actors are going to envy these actors for saying it, because most of these actors in Hollywood don't make this kind of money. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You're looking at the biggest movie contract ever for entire cast. Everyone's making the rich millions, man. The rich fucking, like, big contracts. Yeah. Money that bigger A's is making in Hollywood. Yeah, man. But I told you, even though these actors are making a lot of money, it's nothing compared to how much me and VJ are making. It's pocket change, guys. I'm also gonna tell the crewmen, guys, do not, when you guys are hanging out in Hollywood or something like that, don't brag to the crewmen how much I'm paying you. Otherwise, the crewmen in Hollywood can get jealous too, because the crewmen in Hollywood make their shitty $30,000. You see what I'm saying? You not only have the actors, you also have the crew. I'm gonna tell the supervisors, okay, guys, don't go bragging to what? Don't go bragging to the crewmen in Hollywood how much I'm paying you, as they might get jealous. Because the crewmen in Hollywood get their shitty $30,000. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to tell the supervisors, don't go bragging to the crewmen and telling them that you're making $200K, as some people in the crewmen can get jealous. This supervisor is making more than me. Did you hear how much this... I'm going to tell Eric Chong. Eric Chong's hired as my head chef. Okay, Eric, I don't want you bragging to what? To the other chefs how much I'm paying you, as the other chefs can get envious. As Eric Chong's making his, like, rich $400,000 salary. He's making more... Eric Chong will make more than all the crewmen, man, for my movie. Except for the cinematographers. The main cinematographers and the what? The main cinematographers and the main special effects people, those guys are making more than Eric Chong also. But Eric Chong is like the highest paid crewman. If he's hired, I might hire someone else. Hypothetically speaking, if he's hired, okay, Eric, you sign your nice $400,000 contract, I'll take you out to a nice dinner. You're going to get your $15,000 signing bonus. After filming is completed, you sign a nice, massive $450,000 salary, $450,000 contract. Please do not go bragging to the other chefs how much I'm paying you, otherwise the other chefs can get jealous. Because Eric, did you hear how much Ivan's paying Eric Chong as his head chef? He's paying him $450,000. We're making $1,000. People can get jealous, man. It's funny because you have this hierarchy for my company. You have the crewmen, salary, then you have what the actors in the 7 team. And you have the directors, and you have me and VJ, you know what I'm saying? And John Favreau and David. It's actually funny. You have this hierarchy of salary. It's actually funny. You have Eric. So if Eric Chong, you know what I'm saying? He's making more than the crewman, obviously. You have the supervisors who are making more than the average, than the assistant crewman, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Then you have the cinematographers who are making more than the head chefs and the photographers and all them. And you have what? The actors in the 7 team, then you have Ivan and VJ. It's actually funny. You have this like hierarchy. It's actually funny. Yeah. Some of the supervisors might perhaps brag about their say, yeah, Ivan paid me offered me a $250,000 contract. And some of the people in the crew might get envious. Ivan's paying you $100,000 more than me. Yeah, because you're not a supervisor, obviously. But I'm even gonna tell the supervisors, guys. You know what I'm saying? You're happy. You sign your nice $250,000 contract for the movie. Please do not go bragging to the other guys telling me I paid you $2,000. The people can get envious of that. They can get jealous. To prevent workplace resentment, guys, everyone keeps their lips sealed. You guys all just know that all you guys signed a good deal, and what? You work hard for my movie, and what? And that's it. Don't go bragging about your contracts, man. Especially the actors in 7 team and all them. Do not brag, man, to the crewmen. As the actors are making way more. The Zane's actors are making way more than the crewmen guys. Embarrassment of riches are making way more than the crewmen. Do not go bragging to Eric Chong. Do not go bragging to my head chefs, my doc team, and all of them, my photographers and all. Do not go bragging to them actors. Do not go bragging to other members of the crewmen who are making $150K and the supervisors. They can get jealous as the actors are making way more than those guys. You know what I'm saying? Even though my doc team and the photographers, head chefs, and web designers and graphic designers are making the rich like $325, $380,000 contract, whatever it is. That contract, obviously, it's nothing compared to how much the actors are making. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's nothing, you know what I'm saying? Even though the crewmen are making their $150,000 salary, they can do good things with that money. You know what I'm saying? Buy a nice $20,000 used car. Buy a nice $200,000 house. Take the family on a 1 week vacation. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's enough money to last them for a good year and a half, 2 years. It's nothing compared to how much the Zayn's actors are making. The Zayn's actors all sign massive contracts, like a consistent biggest movie contract ever for an entire cast, man. Not the biggest movie contract for an actor, no, the biggest movie contract ever for an entire cast. As all the actors are all making their like rich, consistent millions, guys, for my movie, obviously. You see what I'm saying here? Yeah, man. You're looking at a massive deal all these actors are signing. In other words, when all these actors already know how much I want to pay them because they sign my videos, but once I sign all the actors are going to be shocked. Holy shit. Ivan's company blows high out of the water. In Hollywood, only like 2-3 actors make a lot of money. Everyone else gets their shitty money. Whereas Ivan's paying like 15 actors, 15 of his stars, their rich, consistent millions. He's paying them all a rich salary, and he gave them all a nice small piece of the profits. 0.01, 0.02, 0.03% of the profits. You see what I'm saying? Benjamin Cumberbatch, if he's chosen for Aratat, I'll pay him $6 million. I'll give him 0.02%, which is like, I don't know, $8 million. So he signed what? He signed like a 14 million. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? How all these guys sign massive contracts in Hollywood? Yeah. As in Hollywood, he probably makes on average $4 or $5 million for his movies, Benjamin Cumberbatch. See what I'm saying? They all sign massive contracts, these guys. My company blows hard out of the water. William Dafoe, if he's hired for Aratat, you know what I'm saying? I'll pay him $6 million, and I'll give him what? 0.0. So because Benjamin Cumberbatch is bigger than a lot of these actors for Zayn's, I'll give him a bigger piece of the profits. Give him 0.02, 0.03 if you want. Okay, Benjamin Jack, for the role of Aratat, you're not worth any more than $6 million because you're a voice actor. If you're a voice actor, you're not worth as much. I'll pay you a bit less, but I'll pay you your rich $6 million, and I'll give you a nice 0.02, 0.03% of the profits. You see what I'm saying? Which is like $8 million in royalties. And he's making his $14 million. He'll work his ass off for me. As I heard from Multiverse of Madness, he only made $7 million. You see what I'm saying? How my company blows hard out of the water, man? My company blows hard out of the water. Yeah, man. Yeah. As Danielle Minette is making like, I don't know, about $9 million for my movie around there with the royalties. That's more than how much Benjamin Cumberbatch made for fucking Multiverse of Madness. And she's a B-list actor. You see what I'm saying? How my company beats out Hollywood guys? It blows hard out of the water, man. Yeah, man. In other words, the contracts that the actors signed for my Zayn's movie will be the biggest movie contract ever for an entire cast. Biggest movie contract ever for an entire cast. You see what I'm saying? Whereas for The Great Escape, even though Keanu Reeves and all them signed massive contracts, obviously, more than even how much I'm paying all these actors for Zayn's, obviously, it is what? You have balance. Three of the big actors are making a lot of money, whereas all the biggest actors are only making their $3 million. $3 million, $2.7 million. They don't get squat. They don't get a piece of the royalties. As I guarantee you, some of the biggest actors for The Great Escape, you know what I'm saying? They might get cocky, Ivan. Are we going to get a piece of the pie, Ivan? I'm like, no, man, you're not worth it. You're a fucking television star biggest actor. You're not getting squat. You get your 2.7 million salary. You get your 2.7 salary. $3 million salary, that's good enough for biggest actors. You're never going to make this now. You're going to make your $700,000 in television. I'll give you your $2,000 royalty check. I'll give you your commercial money, and that's it. And you get your speaking fee earnings for the world tour, and that's it. You're not getting a piece of what? You're not getting a piece of the what? You're not getting a piece of the fucking what? Of the profits. You're not worth it. I'm gonna tell VJ, don't worry. I'm only gonna do this for Zayn's. Whereas all my other movies, I'm not going to give all my stars a piece of the profits. No, I'm only going to give the A-listers a piece of the profits. I'm only going to give a good 7 to 8 A-listers a piece of the profits. Whereas for Zayn, she's looking at something crazy, like 15 actors are getting a piece of the profits. And you also have Hans Zimmer, you have Guillermo del Toro. It adds up in your 17. Yeah, you're looking like 23 people. Hence why, to have balance, give most of the guys 0.01. That way you create more room. You have balance, obviously. And so after Zayn's, I am never doing that again. I'm never going to be that generous and give. Zayn's unique story. I want the actors to destroy the role, and I want my movie to be better than Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. Hence why I want to pay them more money. That way they destroy the role for my movie. And what? And then for what? And for The Great Escape, I'm only going to give my 3 big stars, and my what? My 3 big stars and my 4. I'm going to hire a good 4 small A-listers for The Great Escape. That's enough. I'll hire John Krasinski. John Krasinski's most likely chosen. Paul Bettany, and I might have maybe two woman small A-list actors. You can have Kate Beckinsale if you want. You know what I'm saying? You can have Jessica Biel in the movie if you want. A lot of small A-list women you can have in the movie. Kate Beckinsale's good too. You can have her be in the movie too if you want. Obviously, in the Great Escape movie, you have a lot of actors out there. Emma Watson. You know what I'm saying? Jennifer Lawrence. You can have Jennifer Lawrence. No, Jennifer Lawrence is a bigger woman actor. She's bigger. Yeah, I can't have Jennifer Lawrence in the movie. She's expensive. But I might have Jennifer Lawrence compete with Natalie Portman for the Hidden Valley movie. You can have her be in the Hidden Valley movie if you want, Jennifer Lawrence. And I don't know how much she's worth. I think she's worth like $100 million around there. Jennifer Lawrence around there. I heard she makes about $20 million in Hollywood. I can easily compete with that offer. I can pay Jennifer Lawrence and Natalie Portman's salary around there. $34 million deal, and you give her 0.1% of the profits. That's a good deal for Jennifer Lawrence, obviously. But something tells me Natalie Portman is the right woman for the Hidden Valley. I can picture her surviving the island. She seems good for that movie. But there's other woman actors too. I'm not going to choose Natalie Portman. No, I'm going to have Natalie Portman. I might have Natalie Portman compete for the job with other woman actors. Okay, Natalie Portman. You know what I'm saying? You're first on my list for the Hidden Valley movie, but I want you competing. I want you reading, and I'm gonna compare. I'm gonna have Jon Favreau and them say, okay, who do you think is best for the role, guys? You know what I'm saying? You have her compete, obviously, and I might have Chris Hemsworth compete with Mark Wahlberg. Obviously, Chris Hemsworth compete with Mark Wahlberg. For Chris Hemsworth, I told you, if he's worth under $200 million, I'll pay him $37 million for the Hidden Valley movie. That's good enough for him. If he's worth over $200 million, I'll pay him like 40. I'll pay him like 16 signing bonus and a $23 million salary. That's $24 million salary. That's good for Chris Hemsworth. And you give him 0.1%, 0.1% of the profits you give him. Because Chris Hemsworth, even though he's big, he's not like Denzel Washington. He's not Tom Cruise. Hence why I'm not going to pay him 0.2. No, pay him 0.1% of the profit. That's good. That's good for him. That's like, he's signed a nice, he signed like what? He signed like, a $75 million deal. He signed like a Ben Affleck what? Pretty much a Ben Affleck and Scarlett Johansson deal. A $70 million deal. That's a good deal for Chris Hemsworth. That's a good deal for him. He doesn't make that in Hollywood. On average, right? I heard he made a lot of money for Avengers, though. I heard he made for the two movies, Chris Hemsworth made his like $90 million or something like that. For the two movies. You see what I'm saying? On average, my company still beats out Hollywood. You see what I'm saying? He looks something live. It's a deal. He might get greedy and try and get 0.2 like Chris Hemsworth. 0.1% is good enough. If you don't like it, you're more than welcome to what? No, I can give him 0.2. No, I cannot. Because if I hire Will Smith, I'm going to give Will Smith 0.3. The only way I can afford to give, But 0.0, because Will Smith, chances are he's going to try and get like a lot of money. If I give him 0.3, I have to give Chris Hemsworth 0.1% of the profits to create room for Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, or the Russo brothers, whoever I choose, right? You need to create room for your fucking team, too. Your team are important. Guys, I need to create room for my team. I want my secretaries and them to reap the benefits of what? I need to create room for my team, too, Ivan. For my team too, guys. Mark Wahlberg, I'll pay him 36. He's worth $150 million now. Obviously, so if he's chosen for the Great Escape for the Hidden Valley, you guys already know who's chosen, man. You can see the future. If he's chosen for the Hidden Valley movie, I'll what? And he's worth like $180 million by then. I'll pay him $36 million, and I'll give him 0.1% of the profits. It's very rare I'm going to give actors 0.2, 0.3 because you got to watch it for your budget, man. You need to be careful. You need to create room to pay Jon Favreau and them too, obviously. You need to create room for the other guys too. So I'm saying your 17, give, you know what I'm saying? Whereas Natalie Portman, I'll give her 0.1. That's good enough for her. She'll accept my deal. She'll probably only be worth, I don't know, maybe 120 in like 15 years from now around there. So give her 0.1%. That's a good deal for Natalie Portman. You pay her $34 million for the movie. And you give her $1.5 million royalty check. That's a good deal for Natalie Portman. Ivan, it's a deal. You're very generous. I'm saying you're going to see Natalie Portman and Chris Hemsworth and Will Smith and Mark Wahlberg say, Ivan, you're very generous. You know what I'm saying? We're not even worth your royalties. Yes, you're not worth my fucking royalties. I'm nice enough to give you a piece of the pie. That way they work harder for me. And if you want your company to be the best brand in the entertainment business, you pay the actors more money than what Hollywood pays. If you want your company to beat the shit out of Hollywood, obviously you give the actors a piece of the pie. That way you blow higher the water. Hence why these actors are going to work harder for me than what they ever do in Hollywood. And you spoil the actors with a luxurious buffet during filming. So for the Him That movie, Will Smith, Mark Wahlberg, Chris Hemsworth, Natalie Portman, Hayden Christensen, Tom Holland, Tom Hiddleston, and all them. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be spoiled with a luxury buffet. All you can eat sliders, pizza, you know what I'm saying, poutine, a huge salad bar. All you can drink Coke, Mountain Dew. You know what I'm saying? They're getting spoiled. Yeah, they're going to work harder for me. And I gave them their freedom too. As they're making those millions in free cash, guys. Hey, guys, you're free. You don't have to do anything. You get your freedom for my movie. You don't have to do anything. You're free. And because they're free, they're going to work even harder for me than what they even do in Hollywood. In Hollywood, they're dirty slaves. You have to do it. Yeah, man. That's why you're going to see guys like Chris Hemsworth and all them networking with all these A-list actors because they all want to read my movie so bad, man. This is crazy, man. Because my company pays more than Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Or I can have Chris Hemsworth compete with Will Smith if you want. That way you can pay him more money. You can have Will Smith, you can have Chris Hemsworth be the captain on the boat if you want. I can't really picture Chris Hemsworth being the captain on the boat, though. Will Smith is better for that, but, like, I can picture Chris Hemsworth surviving the island. Obviously, with me and my wife and all the couples, obviously. You know what I'm saying? In the island. But all these guys will be aging in 15 years from now, you see what I'm saying? Chris Hemsworth will be in his 50s by the time the Hidden Vat movie. Natalie Portman will be in her 50s. Mark Wahlberg will be in his 60s. They're all going to be older. Will Smith will be like 70. All these guys are going to be older. Hayden Christensen will be in his 50s. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I'm going to do a thing where what? All the couples on the boat are like older couples. And me and Vijay are the only younger couples who got married or something like that. Holy shit, I'm being creative. Yes, I'm very creative. I know what I'm doing. I am very, very creative. I told you, Will Smith, Chris Hemsworth, Mark Wahlberg, Natalie Portman. When you watch this video, you already know if you're chosen for what. For the Hidden Vat movie, you can see the future. I have the keys. You can see. All you actors, there's a high chance those actors are chosen. There's a high chance the actors I mentioned are the actors who are chosen. Well, not all of them. Like The Great Escape, I don't know who I'm going to choose. The only guys I'm thinking of right now are John Krasinski and Keanu Reeves, Ben Affleck, and what? Scarlett Johansson. Those are the only guys I'm thinking of for the Great Escape movie. Whereas everyone else, you gotta send your reels, man. For the Hidden Vat movie, the only three guys I'm thinking of right now are Will Smith and Mark Wahlberg and Natalie Portman, or perhaps Chris Hemsworth, Natalie Portman, and Will Smith. Because Chris Hemsworth has muscle, so he'll be good for those movies. But you also have Dwayne Johnson too. I can picture Dwayne Johnson as a captain on the boat. I might have him compete with Will Smith. Because Dwayne Johnson will be older. He'll be in his 60s by then. He's 50 now. He'll be in his mid-60s. 66 around there. He'll be older. I want the captain on the boat to be an experienced veteran. He needs to be in his 60s, his mid-60s and up. You see what I'm saying? And Dwayne Johnson, I'd pay him his $50 million salary with his bonus. And I'd give him 0.2% of the profits. Will Smith. Dwayne Johnson, that's a good deal for him. Give him 0.2 and you can pay him his $50 million salary with his bonus. And he gets his $1.5 million for the merch royalties. That's a good deal for Dwayne Johnson, obviously. But you also have Tom Hanks. I might have Tom Hanks compete with Will Smith. Tom Hanks, I'd pay him his $50 million salary. And I'd give him 0.2% of the profits, obviously. The only thing that worries me about Tom Hanks is by then he'll be like 80, man. He'll be like 80 years old, 79. You see what I'm saying? He'll be old, but 80 years old, you're still pretty strong. You're still pretty good. That's the only thing that worries me about Tom Hanks. He'll be aging like crazy by then. But 80 years old, he's still pretty good. He'll be the captain on the boat. You know what I'm saying? And he did Captain Phillips. Hence why he's really, really good for that movie too. Tom Hanks. Pay him his $50 million and give him 0.2% of the profits. That's a good deal for Tom Hanks. And Denzel Washington will be like in his late 70s. He's like 65 now, 63 around there, 64. He'll be in his late 70s around there. He's also pretty good for that movie too. I paid Denzel Washington like $45 million around there with his bonus and around there. I give him 0.2% of profits. And Samuel Jackson will be too old. He'll be way too. He's 72 now. So in 16 years, he'll be what? He'll be like 87, man. 87 years old. He'll be way too old, man. He might not even make it to the end of that movie, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, obviously. I could have Samuel Jackson compete with Ben Affleck for the Big Boss if you want. Because yeah, for the Big Boss if you want. But Samuel Jackson will be like 81 years old by the time I do the Great Escape. He'll be really old. You know what I'm saying? He won't be able to do he won't be able to fight in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Because he'll be too old. You see what I'm saying? That's why, yeah. The only thing that worries me about Samuel Jackson is his age. He's getting old, man. The guy's like 72 years old right now, guys. And whereas Ben Affleck is much younger. Ben Affleck is like 47 right now, 50 around. He's 49 years old around there. So for the Great Escape movie, he'll be like what? He'll be like almost 59, 58. He'll be young, Ben Affleck. And Scarlett Johansson's young. She'll be like in her late 40s, 49 around there for the Great Escape. 48 years old she'll be. I should be starting the Great Escape movie around like 2031, which is 9 years from now. Yeah. Keanu Reeves is 50 like 9 now. He'll be like 68, 69 when he does the Great Escape. He's still pretty young. You know what I'm saying? Liam Neeson's also good for what? For the him out movie. You can have him be the captain on the boat too. My only worry about Liam Neeson is he's also aging too. He's like 70 years old. He'll be like 80. He'll be like 85 by then. You see, he'll be old, man. You see what I'm saying? I'm scared he might not even make it to the red carpet. Because once you hit your 80s, death is what? Death is soon to happen anytime. One day you sleep and you don't wake up. Don't hate me, guys. I'm gonna live forever in this world, but you guys are all gonna pass away. Don't hate me. I don't have to worry about death after I say VJ ever again. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna live forever in this world. You know what I'm saying? Even though what? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my only worry about some of these Hollywood actors is their age. Hence why all these Hollywood actors are going to desperately be setting in the reels, because before I grow old and die, I want to experience the sense of fame with I and VJ before I grow old and die, yeah. That's why Keanu Reeves is lucky, man, because that's why Keanu Reeves is perfect for the Western Gangster movie, but I'm scared he might not make it to 85, you see what I'm saying? He'll be like 85 by the time I do the Western Gangster movie. 85, he'll be too old. Hence why cast Keanu Reeves in the Great Escape when he's younger, when he's like 69 years old, when he's younger. Cast Ben Affleck and Scarlett Johansson when they're younger for the Great Escape movie. You know what I'm saying? When these guys are all younger, they're like 50, 60 years old, they're still young. 56 years old, you're still young. You're still pretty young. You're still pretty good, you know what I'm saying? Even when you're in your 60s, mid-60s, early 70s, you're still pretty good. But the moment you hit your 80s, that's when you're aging. And the work starts to catch up to you, see what I'm saying? Yeah, I was just saying yes. Hence why after the 20 years, Jon Favreau is done. He is done. Okay, John, you made your $500 million during the 20 years. You fucking struck it rich. Take the money that you made and enjoy your retirement with your family. You know what I'm saying? You give your kids a nice will. You give your kids a nice will. Jon Favreau's obviously going to give his kids a nice will. Okay, when I die, you guys are going to take over my wealth, obviously. You know what I'm saying? He's going to give his kids a nice will, obviously, when he's old, obviously. Hey, John, you made your $500 million for 20 years. You're gonna see Jon Favreau in the Western Gangster. He's fucking old. Yeah, I remember John back in Zetas. He was young. He was like 6 years old. Now he's fucking he's aging like crazy. He's 80 now, 79 years old, 78 years old. He's old. That's why if Jon Favreau was hired after the 20 years, he's done. You're done, John. After the 20, he's gonna want to work for me. Can I work for you next to make John? You're fucking old. After the 5 movies, you're done. Take the money that you made and retire and enjoy your life with your wife. If you get offers in Hollywood, you're more than welcome to Hollywood. In my opinion, once you hit 78, 79, 80 years old, you should retire. Enjoy the millions that you made for the 5 movies and enjoy. You know what I'm saying? And enjoy your life with your with your wife, your kids, and your grandkids. By then, he'll have grandkids, obviously. Enjoy your life with your grandkids. I'm going to tell Dave Filoni, after these 20 years are done, as Dave Filoni will be like 68, 7 years old. 67 around there, he'll be old, obviously, by the time he does his 5 movies. Dave, take the money that you made and retire. I recommend you don't go back to Hollywood. In my opinion, once you hit 65, you should retire. 65 years old, 7 years old, you should retire. I'm going to tell Dave Filoni, if he's hired, after the 20 years of the 5 movies, you're done. Retire and enjoy the money that you made. Enjoy the millions that you made. The millions that you made during the what? During the 5 movies. And I'm not giving them retirement money because they won't need it. They made their tens of millions. I'm gonna tell my other 5 guys, your chances are they'll be about 72. My other 5, because a high chance my secretaries and all of them are gonna be like 50 years old when I hire them. 48 years old. Yeah, guys. After the 20 years, you're pushing 70. You're done. Take the money that you made and enjoy your life. Me and VJ are gonna take our year off, and we're gonna start phase 2, and we're gonna hire on YouTube. Mission McCann here.